Hey folks, welcome to PlayBranson, the show where you get to know Branson entertainers better. I'm your host, Chris Meyer, and today's episode is brought to you by PlayBranson.com. It's the place where you can find all of Branson's show schedules and attraction information, so be sure to check out PlayBranson.com. Our guest today is Talya Tinoco. Now, it's her first time on the show, and she's in a lot of Branson shows. One of Branson's youngest entertainers, but she's already been doing it for a very long time. Now, we always try to give you every couple episodes tips on how to make your Branson trip better. And here's one of those ways. Have you seen the Flavor of Branson magazine? Well, if you're in town and you want to know more about Branson's restaurants, this is the most complete dining guide. And guess what? It's free. It's located all over town in racks, and it will help save you money. You can stretch those vacation dollars even further. There are about 20 coupons in the back of it, and it also breaks down every restaurant by category. So if you want Italian or pizza, it's there. If you want steaks, if you want American, if you want barbecue, it's all there. So check it out. We'll be back in just a minute with our interview.
There are so many things to do in Branson. You need help planning and booking all your fun. You need iBranson.com. You can find everything Branson has to offer from your computer, tablet, or cell phone. You can even buy tickets online or talk to one of their friendly Branson travel specialists. There's no sales pitches, no delivery fees, no service fees, and no waiting. It's fast and easy. Find your fun at iBranson.com. Do it all online or call 877-ENTERTAIN. That's 877-368-3782. iBranson.com.
Hey folks, welcome back to the show. And on today's episode of PlayBranson, for the first time ever, I just about dropped my pen, we have Talya Tinoco. Talya, welcome to the show.
Hi, thank you for having me.
Yes, and so I tell you what, I saw you not that long ago in a show, and you were dancing amazing. And we're going to talk about, you're going to be in a whole bunch of you're in a whole bunch of shows. But I also saw you in high school.
Yes.
And so you've even though you're really young, you have been in this business a really long time. So let's talk about that. How did this all happen, and kind of take us on your career journey so far?
Career journey. Okay. Well, my parents, they produced a show 20 years ago called The Magnificent Seven Variety Show. And when I was born, I basically got thrown into it. Not by force, just went into it as a little kid. My dad used to pick me up from the audience and take me on stage at the age of 1. And then by the time I turned 1.5, I grabbed the mic from him and started singing the same song that he had wrote for me. So I started singing that song. And by the age of 3, I had my own little solo on the stage called You Are My Sunshine, of course. And
yes.
Then, I basically just progressed from there. I kept getting more and more into the show the older I got. And then I started doing high school productions when I got older, and I did the show while I was doing high school. I started dancing when I was 2. So I started doing all those styles, started with the tap and ballet, and then just progressed per style, everything.
So literally, you started out as probably one of the youngest performers on Branson. Now there's probably a few Hughes kids that have been on stage since they were babies too, but like you just grew up in the show business.
Yes. My parents taught me from a very young age. So I mean, my mom said that I was kicking to the beat of the Blues Brothers song in the womb. I don't think that was true, but maybe it could possibly, who knows? I don't remember it. But I started the dancing and I started to sing, and it kind of progressed from there. When I graduated from high school, that show closed, and then I went on tour with MJ the Illusion for a little while, and then I came back and joined Christmas Wonderland at King's Castle, and then progressed from there.
And so you've been in a bunch of other shows as well. So tell people about those. Just not the show specifically, just the name of the show. Like tell people what other shows you're in.
Right now?
Yeah.
Okay. At the moment, I am in Anthems of Rock. I am in the Ultimate 70s Show, and I'm in New Jersey Nights at the King's Castle Theater. I'm about to be in Christmas Wonderland at the King's Castle Theater as well. And then I'm in Hot Rods and High Heels at the Clay Cooper Show.
And
Theater.
Yes. And so you're a dancer in all those, is that correct?
I'm a dancer in all of them, and I sing in I sing in Hot Rods and High Heels.
Hot Rods and High Heels. Okay, so you have to memorize a ton of dance steps.
Yes. I think from being in dance classes since I was a little toddler, I guess that just really helped with, I get that question a lot on how do you memorize all the different shows? How do you remember like all the different shows? I think it just has to do with the fact that I grew up since I was a little toddler doing it. I took a lot of dance classes, like 20 something hours a week of just constant jazz, tap, ballet, contemporary, hip hop, all the things.
Wait, let's come back to that. Did you say 20 hours a week? Is that what you just said?
Pretty much when I was...
That's a lot.
When I was young, yes. From like 6 or 7 to probably 14, I took about that many. And then I started to lower it once I got into high school because I had dance team in high school. I had the musicals. I had the shows. All that. So
was there a point in your life that you said, I want to be an entertainer when I'm out of high school? Was there a point where you just said that or thought that, or did you keep your options open, or how did that progress?
Well, I think I've always thought that. I think I started to love performing when I was the little kid that I was. As I got older, I started to love it just even more. Everyone always asked me if there was other things that I wanted to do, and I said, I don't know. I don't really think I have any other interest besides singing and dancing, sing, dance, act. So those were my 3 core things that I've always wanted to do. So I don't think there was ever a specific moment. It was always just, I want to perform for the rest of my life.
Okay. So folks, I try to do my research before these shows, and I did go on and I found that you have a TikTok page. But here's the deal, and I didn't watch all these TikToks, and I normally don't go to TikTok, but on one of them, you talked about how literally you had no time hardly to rehearse the show. I don't know if it was a show and a half or a day and a half or something like that, and then you're on stage.
Yes.
But what that tells me is that you can pick stuff up quickly, you can learn quickly, and you know your craft.
I try. I definitely try. I practice a lot. When I like what I'm doing, my brain tends to just sponge it all up. So, and there was a couple shows at King's Castle that, like the New Jersey Nights and the 70s show, that I had a really short amount of time to learn it. So the people there really helped, and they got me in those rehearsals, and I learned New Jersey Nights in a day and a half, and then I went on stage. I had to leave to go on the MJ the Illusion tour for a couple days, and when I came back, I went straight on stage for it. So
yeah. So a day and a half, you can only do that when you've been doing it so long, right? I mean, most people couldn't do that.
I wouldn't know. I mean, it's definitely something that I don't hear a lot of people doing, but entertainers are something else. They've got that little spark of their brain just kind of works differently, I guess.
Yes. I just think it's amazing. I did see you in Cirque Electric Dreams, and I was like, I know that girl. Now, here's what we have to say that you and I went to a lot of the same soccer games together. Not we didn't go together, but we were there at the same time.
Yes.
But because you were there watching people, then my son was playing soccer, and so I kind of knew you.
Yes.
Through those soccer games.
Yes, I grew up with your son.
Yes.
Since preschool. We were in the same preschool class.
Yeah, there we go.
There we go.
You just missed him today. Yesterday was he was helping me here.
Oh.
At the office where we film and that, and yesterday was his last day. So you just missed him.
Oh, well, thanks.
So anyway, folks, we'll be back in just a second with more. Hang tight.
Going to Branson for some relaxation and fun? You've got to stay with Branson's award-winning hotel family, Meyer Hotels. Meyer Hotels features 4 hotels in Branson with the best locations for your trip. Choose from brands you know and trust, like the Holiday Inn Express on Green Mountain Drive, the Best Western Centerpoint Inn, Comfort Inn at Thousand Hills, and the Comfort Inn and Suites. Enjoy refreshing indoor pools and hot tubs. Do you like free? How about a free hot breakfast each morning? Free vacation planning services, and of course, smiles are always free. Want even more value? Go to MeyerHospitality.com and join our Eat Club to save 15% off your next stay and check out incredible deals with our vacation packages. Call 1-877-FUN-STAY to book Branson's award-winning hotels or visit MeyerHospitality.com. It's your safe choice for award-winning lodging in Branson. MeyerHospitality.com.
Hey folks, welcome back to PlayBranson. On today's show, for the first time, we have Talya Tinoco. I think she's probably one of the hardest working young entertainers in town.
Thank you.
Because you're in so many shows.
Yeah.
And you got to memorize a heck of a lot of stuff. So let's go over to King's Castle first.
Okay.
And so tell people about, we'll start with New Jersey Nights. What is New Jersey Nights?
All right. So New Jersey Nights is basically all about Frankie Valli and the Four Seasons. It takes you back to the 60s and it goes through the Four Seasons classics and all the songs and tells you the story of how Frankie Valli came to be. My part, I'm obviously not one of the Four Seasons. So there's 3 Jersey girls that are cute little dancer chicks that are there.
I love it.
And there's Sarah Joy, one of the Jersey girls. She sings songs and we're like her little doo-wop backup singer dancers. And then we all have big group numbers throughout the show, but it's basically Frankie Valli and the Four Seasons.
Okay, so if somebody, what would, like, give me some songs of Frankie Valli that maybe some people would recognize.
Okay, like Big Girls Don't Cry.
Okay.
Sherry is a big one.
Oh, yeah.
Walk Like a Man. Opus 17 is a good one that we always like. Things like that.
So there's a lot that even if they didn't know, the name, they're going to be like, I recognize that song. I recognize that
We even
song.
do a song from Greece, so you'll definitely know some when you come.
Okay, so you're also in then Anthems of Rock.
Yes, that is a new show that I've, not for anyone, but for me, I got put into it pretty recently. Anthems of Rock is a big, huge rock party from the 70s and 80s. Has all your favorite artists like Bon Jovi and Led Zeppelin and
Def Leppard,
Journey, Queen, pretty much any big name that you can think of from rock 70s and 80s, we have that in there. It's just a big party. There's amazing singers, amazing dancers. We're all just...
Yeah. Now, do you just dance in that or do you sing too? Or
I dance in that one. That one's a big dance show, yes. That one's so fun. I have so much fun in that show. So.
Okay, and then you're in what do you call the 70s show?
The Ultimate 70s
The
show.
Ultimate 70s show. So you're in that one as well?
Yes, that is back for the September, October months before we open the Christmas show. That got replaced by Circle Electric Dreams for the summer and then is coming back for these 2 months. So basically that one is just exactly what it sounds like. It's the Ultimate 70s show. You have all the 70s hits. You have the YMCA in there. You have the Car Wash. You have, We Are Family, like big medleys, big 70s medleys. It's just a big, fun disco ball party.
Now, is the dancing in that different than Anthems of Rock?
Very much so. The 70s is very jazz-based with the go-go boots, a lot of like Staying Alive hands, a lot of disco pointy fingers. Anthems of Rock is like very hip-hop, street jazz, kind of like has a grungy, we're all in combat boots and like rock gloves and
so you're changing costumes a lot too.
Yes.
Right? Is that pretty chaotic in backstage to do all that, or do they give you enough time? Or
you learn how to quick change. Christmas Wonderland is definitely my quickest changing show. Anthems of Rock, we don't change clothes as much because we're just on stage about 90% of the show, just chilling or dancing, but you learn how to quick change when you work at King's Castle.
So let's talk about Christmas Wonderland, because that will be coming up in November, December. Yes. So tell me about that show.
Christmas Wonderland is 2 hours of pure snow magic and Santa Claus and elves and snowflakes, and that is a lot of changing for the dancers. The dancers, we come out in big animal costumes at one point. I am a mouse, a big mouse. There's penguins. We have a Santa Claus. That's the star of the show, of course. Or elves about like a lot of the show. It's just every one of your favorite Christmas tunes. It's that for 2 hours. It's really fun and exciting.
Yeah, and so that is one of the shows that I tell people it's really 100% Christmas.
Yes.
Because sometimes people will do Christmas shows It might be 50% Christmas, 50% best of the rest of the year or whatever, but that one is 100% Christmas.
Yes.
And so all of those shows are at the King's Castle Theater. So now you also are at Hot Rods and High Heels.
I am.
And so tell us about that show.
Hot Rods and High Heels is at the Clay Cooper Theater. I just started that this year, and that is just basically a big 1950s extravaganza there. We're all in the cute little poodle skirts. There's 8 entertainers. There's 4 girls, 4 guys, a great live band that plays everything for us, and it's just a really fun time. It's very upbeat and dancing our little souls away the whole 2 hours. It's very fun. I sing and dance in that one.
Okay. So you're literally dancing almost every decade. Like if you think about it, you're doing
60s, 70s, 80s.
But this comes back to how long you've already been doing it, and you can dance a lot of different styles. Yeah.
Yes, it's very fun. It's good to getting to do a bunch of different varieties in the shows. I feel like that keeps it alive, and since I'm doing the same shows every week, having a different variety helps with memorization too, because it's all different styles. So it definitely helps.
I bet your mom and dad are pretty darn proud of you.
I think so. I think they are.
Yeah, because they're like, we taught her all that. No, they didn't teach you all that, but I did see you also. You did some. Branson has a great theater department, folks, and I remember seeing you. You were in Mamma Mia. And then you were in a couple other ones as well.
I was in the Drowsy Chaperone and Mamma Mia for my last 2 years of high school. Yes, I was the Drowsy Chaperone in the Drowsy Chaperone. So I played this like drunk old lady that sang a big ballad. And then I was Talya in Mamma Mia. So I got to be a little sassy one. Yeah. So that was really fun. I got to choreograph a lot of Mamma Mia as well at the high school. So
very cool.
Do things with that.
So what would you tell somebody, let's say they're young and they want to get into this business, what kind of advice would you give them?
That's a good question.
Every once in a while I do ask it.
I would definitely say treat performing, like the performance aspect of it is so much more important than like the technique. Like obviously technique is important if you want to be a dancer or a singer. Obviously you have to go to training for that, but the main thing that's your selling point is going to be how you perform. You're going to capture the audience in through your face and your presence of being on the stage, and that will capture the people that you're auditioning for. That will capture the audience. I feel like that's just really helped me a lot more. Once I got older, I started to learn that performance value was like actually the main performance.
That's good. That's good stuff. So the reason I asked that is, and I want to give a shout out to Jack, because Jack is 17 years old, lives in Arkansas, and he's like, man, I want to be a performer in Branson. And he watches this show, and this is how he learns about the entertainers here. But we don't realize how impactful we can be on the next entertainer coming to Branson. And so we appreciate your knowledge that you have given us, because really, even though you're a young performer, you've been doing this so long. So I think you got a great career ahead of you.
Thank you.
And so we look forward to seeing what you do on Branson stages in the future. Folks, go check her out. She's primarily at the King's Castle in most all their shows, but you can also find her at Hot Rods and High Heels. And she didn't say this, but every blue moon you can find her over at Smoke on the Mountain, but don't go there to find her, but because it's a very short amount of time. and then you're sometimes doing this MJ the Illusion, but that's been more out of town than in town.
That was whenever the tour was happening, but now they're primarily in Branson, and my schedule's a little busy.
You can only do so many shows, right?
Only do so many.
Okay, folks, we'll be back in just a second to wrap the show up. Hang tight.
There are so many things to do in Branson. You need help planning and booking all your fun. You need iBranson.com. You can find everything Branson has to offer from your computer, tablet, or cell phone. You can even buy tickets online or talk to one of their friendly Branson travel specialists. There's no sales pitches, no delivery fees, no service fees, and no waiting. It's fast and easy. Find your fun at iBranson.com. Do it all online or call 877-ENTERTAIN. That's 877-368-3782. iBranson.com.
Hey folks, welcome back to the show. We've been talking to Talya Tinoco. Now she's in a variety of shows in town, and you can find her primarily at the King's Castle Theater and most of those shows over there. Now she's also in Hot Rods and High Heels over at the Clay Cooper Theater as well. Now, our next episode, our guest will be Tim Church with Wonderworks. And every once in a while, we have an attraction on here, so we're looking forward to finding out what's going on over at Wonderworks. Now, if you need help planning your Branson vacation, be sure to go to ibranson.com, or you can call those folks at 1-877-ENTERTAIN. You can find the latest show schedules, attraction and lodging options on ibranson.com. Now, there's still time to get here for the fall season, so we want you to, if you haven't planned that vacation, start planning it to get here. And Christmas is right around the corner. Now, you can find all of our Play Branson episodes on social media, on Facebook, or our YouTube channel. Be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel at Play Branson. And you can also find us now on thevacationchannel.com. So we want to encourage you, go see some live performances this week. Support your local musician. That's it for today, and we'll see you next time on Play Branson.